Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Um, Portia. Portia and Jordan go at it. They go at it, over the fact that, Jordan lied about Taggart and she was upset about that. She was upset about that, for her own sake. She was also upset about that for Trina. Um, saying something along the lines of, you pretty much took, or Taggart died twice or something like that. Here's the thing about this argument, this back and forth argument. They, as much as I don't like Jordan, I don't really hate her, but I'm not really a fan of her either. They're both right, and they're both wrong at the same time. I mean, you look at it from Portia's point of view. Portia helped Jordan out as far as faking those medical records to buy her time. She could have lost and still could probably lose her license. And she put down a line to help Jordan, and she was like, I get in the beginning, but at some point when they started working together, you should have let her know. You should have let her know, you know? At the very least, you should have let her know. The fact that she stuck her neck out for her and she didn't really do the same, yeah, yeah, I get it. Um, it's also playing with Trina's head, Trina's emotions. So I get it. But, at the same time, I get where Jordan's coming from. She had to do that, you know, because it would have put them in danger if they both would have knew. And let's just be very clear. The fact that the minute that Trina did have an idea, she started looking for Taggart. And Cyrus was right there, like, yo, listen, when she finds Taggart, we'll take them both out. So the threat was real. The threat was always real. Um, so I understand why Jordan did what she did. And, to be honest, I don't know if she said this, but if she had the choice over again, she would do it the exact same way. So I didn't really feel like there was a clear winner, or a clear side, or a clear side that I could take from either of them. Um, they also talked about Curtis, and Portia was like, listen, I, when I talked to Curtis, I practically pushed him to, go home to you and talk to you. And, basically, she gave Jordan her experience of what happened and why their marriage was in shambles. Basically, sent this in as a cautionary tale, like, listen, you keep this up, this may happen to you if it's not already there. So again, there was, honestly, tell you the truth, no clear winner in this. It's weird. I actually agreed with both of them. Because I tried to see it from both of their point of view, and it was like, uh, let's go with Carly. Jesus Christ, Carly. I don't understand. I get it from a certain standpoint. Carly, she's very impulsive. She acts out of love, um, fear, and all that good stuff. She decided to take Cyrus's mother, Cyrus's ailing mother, and keep her as a prisoner somewhere so that way Cyrus could be on his best behavior. I cannot tell you. Listen, I get it. Cyrus is very volatile. He's come after their family multiple times. I don't know what to sit there and say. I'm partly feeling like this was, and I still do feel like this. This was a line. This was crossing the line. It's not like his mother is in, like, good condition. You know, I mean, they're basically saying that they worried, like, if they even moved her the wrong way, she could just pass away. She's in a delicate state, and here's the thing. Oh, so she's not there telling Jason. She's like, oh, Bobby's involved, and I got the best nurse around, and yada yada yada. And I'm just like, here's the thing: if heaven forbid, um, Cyrus's mother pass away in Bobby's care, they're gonna blame her. They're gonna blame Carly. Or they're gonna blame Jason because now Jason decides he wants to sit there and take the heat for this. And I'm sitting there thinking, Jason, what the hell are you thinking? The fact that he was willing to go along with this insane plan, I'll just sit there and say this insane plan because I get it, you know, Cyrus doesn't care about collateral damage. Okay? He was willing to sit there and blow up an entire um restaurant to take out one person. Okay? There were kids there, there were families there. You have no idea who comes and goes in that place. And he just didn't care. So Cyrus has no problem as far as collateral damage. And there was way too many times where Jocelyn, Michael, um, got caught up in the crossfire. So I understand Carly's instinct to do whatever is necessary, regardless. I get it. I don't know. I'm trying to see both sides of it, and I'm still kind of torn in the middle, but I'm also kind of leaning towards yeah, that might have been a crossing the line right there. Because now Jason, for whatever odd reason, and I still can't understand this, decides to be like, you know what, cool, I'm gonna take the heat. Cyrus came over, he was frantic, and he was talking to Carly, and Carly wasn't really saying too much. Like she wasn't trying to deny it. She was like, well, I mean, whoever has her, she's in good care. So how about we just, shut up and leave it at that? And Jason was like, I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. And after Cyrus left, Carly, no, Jason was like, you know what, you put me in this position in a line that I thought I would never cross. And after today, you made me cross that line. And he walked off, you know? Because how even Cyrus was like, yo, listen, I mean, I had my differences with Sonny, but there are certain lines he wouldn't have never crossed. Certain lines that Jason would never cross. Carly, on the other hand, is playing with fire. Because at this point, Cyrus is so frantic. I think he's literally prepared to just go to war on anybody. He's at the Metro Court, and well, he goes to the Metro Court. This is when Laura Smith there talking to Martin, trying to get any leverage on Cyrus, and be like, "Listen, what are you doing? Are you going to take his side? Are you going to take our side? Are you like, what are you doing?" Martin's not really giving the answer, and this is when Cyrus comes in. And Cyrus is like, "Yo, listen, they took her. Jason, Carly, somebody in that family took her, and they're like, yo, listen. So you're just gonna tell me that you having this talk with Carly coming back, finding out where my mother is, and now she's gone, and I'm supposed to, believe that this is a coincidence?" Now Laura is at first genuinely surprised, but then she's like, "Oh yeah, I remember that conversation I had. Damn, I didn't think she was actually gonna do it. Like, what the hell?" That's what she's thinking in her head. So she's like, listen, I'll figure out. I'll get to the bottom of this. And Cyrus once again says some threat that was like, I don't care for my sister. If something happens to her, it's your ass. So I don't know. Oh yeah, Carly went out. So Laura goes to Sonny's house, and Jason's answered the door. Jason's like, well, Carly's not here, so bye. He's about to close the door, and Laura's like, well, you know what, you work even better. And she walks in, she has this look on her face, and now she's like, whatever mess you made, whatever you did or Carly did or whoever did, yeah, this needs to end. I know that's going to be coming in the next episode, so I guess we'll just wait and see. Carly has done some stupid things. Um, I don't think this is the worst, but I think this is definitely up there. you're dealing with somebody who is old, fragile. Anything can happen at this point in time. And if so much as like a shoulder is bruised, he's gonna declare World War III because of Carly's actions. Because she just was very impulsive and thought in the moment. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Um, Now we got Alexis hammered coming into the Charlie's bar. Ava and Nicholas is already there. Ava is kind of devastated a little bit with Julian being gone, well, dead, really. And she sees Alexis and she just starts to go in on her. Like, oh, you're my brother was never good enough for you, this, that, and the third. So she's going in on Alexis. And then, Nicholas tries to pull her away. But then Alexis, being Alexis, she just can't, she just can't shut up. So she decides to not just go in on, well, Ava really, but pretty much their relationship. And what wound up happening is that she pretty much is like, she loved Julian to a fault, the darkness, the poisonous, and basically compares their toxic relationship to Ava and Nicholas. So, they go, she goes in on them, and at this point, Nicholas is like, all right, you gotta go. You gotta, like, go somewhere. Go home, or just out of my vicinity. So he gets her a car or whatever. He waits for the car shows up, and he comes back, and whatever Alexis said really affected I was gonna say Olivia, um Ava. And Necklace comes back, and he's like, is everything all right? She's just grieving or whatever. And I mean, it was bad. Like, she was like talking about like how it was like this intense and this high and this low and whatever. And she really tried to put her relationship with Julian on them. Ava was like, listen, I get it. We're good. Everything is solid. But I felt like she was just, I don't know, saying what she wanted to hear. Like, if she just says these positive words, then it's gonna magically make things better, I guess. I don't know, but I felt like she did not believe the words that were coming out of her mouth. Is the best way I could sit there and describe it. And the last thing I want to sit there and talk about is Nina and Jax. So Jax is worried because Sonny's gone, and when Sonny's gone, things tend to mob war, whatever. He wants to get Jocelyn out of town. And he talks to Jocelyn. Jocelyn doesn't want to leave. She wants to stay with her sisters to kind of be there for them the way that Michael was there for, Morgan and, I don't know, Jocelyn or somebody. Like Michael was there. She wants to be that role model, whatever. And, Jax is so worried for her safety that he is ready to kidnapped her and take her to, parts unknown, you know, for her protection. And Nina's like, that's not a good idea. You know, Jack says something like, something along the lines of, me and Carly always had an understanding, things got too hot, we get, we get her out of town. We get the whole family if have to out of town. And Nina's like, listen, you need to sit there and rearrange that, um, that discussion with your daughter because she's apparently now she's 18. Um, so yeah, she's 18. She can make her own choices and just be there for her. Um, that's the best that you can sit there and do instead of losing whatever trust that you're gonna have with your daughter if you decide to take her out of town against her will. So she gave some really good, sound, excellent advice, and go Nina on that one. What else? not gonna lie, I don't really think I missed too much of anything. It's weird because I know it was an hour and a lot happened, but now I'm sitting there looking at it, I'm like, there really wasn't that many characters. So, kind of more of a self-contained episode to some extent. I don't think I missed anything, and if I did, write it down in the comment section below. I know this came out super late, but the upside is, and I said this in my other video, is that the reason why my uploads was going so slow, coming out so late, was because the Wi-Fi sucked. The Wi-Fi sucked because I have a lot of devices on this particular Wi-Fi. And I forgot that a couple years back, I actually wound up getting two Wi-Fi, I don't know, signals or whatever. I complained to Cablevision that the Wi-Fi sucked, and because of the area that I was in at the time, it wasn't making it better. For whatever reason, the Wi-Fi has been sucking, and I forgot that they gave me another Wi-Fi, whatever, that actually goes a lot faster that I just never use. And I've been using it, and this whole weekend it's actually been pretty good. So I guess we'll just hope it continues that way. Also, tomorrow my upload should be a lot faster since I'm actually off. I could just watch it and, kind of do my upload from there. So, with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. I know this came out super late. I appreciate everyone who watches it and comments, and, throughout the rest of the week, be somewhat more smoother sailings. As you know, Mondays is always my late day. Anyway, enough rambling. Thank you for watching. Be safe. I will catch everyone in the next review.